Hi everyone, my name is Soman. I currently live in San Francisco, California, and this is my first YouTube video. So I recently went to Korea, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what I bought and my experiences there and things like that. So if you love anything like shopping, just chatting, makeup, etc., you've definitely come to the right video. So I actually went to Korea for something called LASIK, which is very similar to LASIK, but it's essentially the same procedure where you go for vision correction surgery. And I'm not going to really talk about it in this video, but I can definitely make another video if you're interested in that whole procedure and where I went and how I got it done, because it's something that I actually really highly recommend to anybody who is considering vision correction surgery. But this video is just talking about some of the things that I purchased in Korea, things like tax refund, where I went, etc. So if you're interested in that, just keep watching. So this is not everything that I bought in Korea, but it's just some of the select few / things that I really liked that I purchased in Korea. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about the things that are surrounding me here and go from there. So I guess I'll just start on my right side and move to my left. So this is just something very small that I got. So from Dior Beauty. The thing that I really enjoy about Asia and Korea in general is that they have foundation packed cushions. So unlike America, which we mainly focus on liquid foundations and things like that, Korea and other Asian countries will make cushions. So they're really easy to travel with and they're very compact, and I personally prefer using these because, again, they're travel friendly, and I'm just kind of used to using like a cushion to put on foundation onto my face. So they have a really cute Christian Dior one. It comes in several different designs. I really liked this one, but I already had this, so I actually just got a refill and a couple other items, but I'll just kind of show you. So inside, I've already used it. It's got the Dior puff, and then inside it's got your little cushion, just a very standard compact cushion. And every time you buy a refill, it comes, you can just pop it out of this case, and it comes with like a new puff and everything. But this case is adorable, so I just bought a couple more refills to fill this cushion up. And that's what I got from Dior Beauty. I also went to Chanel Beauty. Again, I didn't buy too many things. I just needed a couple of refills on what I already typically wear. So I got the Inimitable Waterproof Mascara, as well as one of their powder blushes. It's 170 Rose Glacier. So I have tried a couple of different of their mascaras, and I even like their most newest one. It's like the one that pops out. I can put the name on the screen, but I think that out of all of them, I prefer this Inimitable Waterproof one the most. I find that there is like the least amount of smear throughout the day, as well as it does definitely give, I think, the most volume to my lashes. So I kind of just went back to this one. I hadn't used it in a while, but since I was in Korea, I decided to get this. This one, I can pop it out and show you. I have a different blush right now, but I wanted to get something else. The lady at the counter just told me that this was their most popular color in the summertime, pretty much. So it's just their standard. It's the exact same one that would come in America, but it comes with a little brush as well as the pink blush. I did try it, and I think it's okay so far. I haven't really done a full look with the blush as of yet, so I'm not completely sure how I feel about it, but it just seems like a very standard pink blush. So let me put this away. Okay. And in terms of beauty products that I bought in Korea, of course I do buy some of these like nicer brands, and also some like Korean like originated brands like Seoul and things like that, because I can get those tax-free in Korea. But I also try to focus a lot of my spending on beauty products at just like regular Korean beauty shops. For example, Olive Young is very popular to just get a lot of different types of skincare / makeup products. It's very much like the Sephora of Korea. So I can make a separate video on kind of K-beauty brands and things like that I bought, but this one is just a little bit more on the more luxurious side, I would say. So moving on, I think I will move on to jewelry actually. So I'll start with some more Korean focused brands. So this is a brand that I really love in Korea. It's called Lloyd. So this is just a Korean jewelry brand, and they focus on more kind of affordable jewelry pieces. And I would say that most of their items come in rose gold because that's really popular in Korea, but I do believe that any of their pieces you could get in like yellow gold, white gold. I'm not sure if they have any silver pieces, but I like Lloyd's rings especially. I do have a couple of their other pieces like earrings and things like that, but these are very, very affordable, and I like to wear rings, and I like to do stacking rings, and I also really enjoy thin rings, which we call in Korea like string rings, like shilbanji. That's very popular in Korea as well, so I'll just show you. This I'll do a little bit of close-up later, but it's just a very, very standard rose gold ring. It has these little cutting faceted details that kind of make it shine when it hits the light in different areas. And I thought it was very cute. I actually had this ring, and I bought this ring quite a few years back, but I actually lost it. So this is just a replacement for it. And if I just stick it on one of my fingers, you can see that it just adds like a little bit of a nice touch to any of the other rings that I'm wearing, but it doesn't draw too much attention. So I think it's very dainty and pretty. Okay, moving on. So this is my probably absolute favorite jewelry brand in Korea. It's called Didier Dubot. It's worn by a lot of celebrities in different various K-dramas. So you might see like various famous actresses pop up wearing their pieces. This brand, I think, draws a lot of inspiration from Paris fashion and Paris jewelry as well. And it's a little bit more on the statement side, I would definitely say. But there is a lot of like very dainty pieces as well, which that's the kind of jewelry that I enjoy, more dainty over statement. So this is another ring. It's very adorable. And I actually got it because it reminded me a lot of the Hermes ring, but it's a lot more kind of muted and thinner and quiet, I would say. So I'll do another close-up later, but this is what it looks like. So it has these like kind of, I guess they could look either like horseshoes or D's joined together, but I got it for my index finger. And from afar, you might maybe think it is the Hermes ring that's very, very popular, but again, this is a little bit more muted in my opinion. It's rose gold, which I love. Most of my jewelry is in rose gold, and it is a fraction of the price for a typical Hermes ring. So this brand, Didier Dubot, also can be shipped globally. I don't think all of their pieces can be shipped. I think typically maybe like the newest collection of pieces are available only in Korea, but then after a little bit of time passes, they'll be available to ship globally. So I highly, highly recommend that you check this brand out. They have so many different pieces. I'm happy to show you other pieces that I own as well. But again, it's my absolute favorite in Korea. Okay, this is another very, very, very popular Korean jewelry brand, J.estina. Love this brand as well. IU is the main brand ambassador for them, and she is like the prettiest singer that in existence in my opinion. But this, oh, sorry, I actually took out the necklace because I had worn it already, but let me get this guy out. So I'll insert a close up here, but this is just a white gold with a lab grown diamond in the center and it's surrounded by this beautiful cutting detail that allows it to shimmer and sparkle way more than just a typical like diamond would on its own. And I chose this piece because I felt like I had a couple too many rose gold pieces and I was starting to expand my jewelry into a little bit more silver, white gold tones, and I thought this was a perfect, very neutral piece that could be matched with any type of earring or outfit that I was going to be wearing that day. But something that I really love about J.estina is that they've expanded a lot of their collection to include these lab-grown diamonds, which keeps the pieces extremely affordable, but again, they're extremely beautiful. The diamonds, I don't think you could really tell that a lab-grown diamond is that different from just a regular diamond. And because that they use those lab-grown diamonds in so many different pieces, I think that diamond kind of look is becoming a lot more prevalent as well in Korea these days. But yeah, this is the only non-rose gold piece that I bought on this trip, but I really, really love it, and I think it is so beautiful. In terms of pricing, I also totally forgot. Let me just go back and quickly mention this ring was, I believe, around 70,000 won. Right now, the exchange rate is definitely in favor of US dollars. I think the current exchange rate is about $1 equals a little under 1,300 won. And that is, or about 1,300 won, I think. So anything that you're buying, if it's 70,000 won, you're not going to be paying $70 for it. It's going to be less than that. And I can include the USD prices that I paid for it as well. This brand is a little bit more expensive. So this ring was just under 400,000 won. But again, it's not equivalent to $400. I paid a little over $300 for this ring, I believe. And then lastly, this white gold diamond necklace was similarly priced to the ring, I believe. It was just above 300,000 won. So again, I can include the USD prices on the screen. So moving on to my last jewelry piece that I picked up, and this actually didn't pick it up on the trip when I went there. My boyfriend went a couple weeks earlier and got this for me, but since it's close enough, I'm just going to include it in the haul. So I was very, very fortunate enough because Cartier just had a price increase on April 18th, and my boyfriend was in Korea at that time, so I asked him to, if he would please pick this up for me, and I could also get that tax-free in addition. So we definitely saved a good amount of money on this, buying this in Korea at the time that we did. But this is the Cartier Love Huggies. I think they are so adorable and such a great everyday piece. I wear a lot of rose gold jewelry, and I typically tend to gravitate to kind of like dangly earrings or studs. I didn't have any kind of hoop earrings at all, but I do have the love bracelet and the love ring, so I thought this was a wonderful piece to add to my collection. And I absolutely adore them. I will say one thing, I can include a closer up of me wearing them, but my hole on my ear is pretty much in the center of my lobe, I guess, but my lobes are not that large, so they're not exactly like hugging my lobe, but I think that the look is totally fine in itself. But if you have like slightly larger lobes, I think that they will look absolutely stunning on you because they will completely hug the lobe of your ear, and it is just adorable. So it will definitely include some more close-ups of them. But I will now move on to just some other bags and miscellaneous things that I bought that were just kind of in my vicinity when I started filming this video. So the first thing is this little guy. So this is from Kakao Talks, like Ryan Friends line. His name is actually Chung-sik, and he was a kind of newer character. I think one of the newest characters that they have made since like Ryan and Peach and etc. But I saw him in store as I was picking up some things for my friends, and I thought he was so adorable. I really have nowhere to really put him, nor do I have any need particularly for him, but he has this little backpack that is detachable in the back. And so I will definitely be just putting him on a couch or a chair somewhere in my apartment, and he will live there and hopefully not fall prey to my little Shiba Inu who is sleeping nearby. He has definitely tried to take a chomp out of him a couple times already. The next thing that I did want to share is just because I love this brand so much, is called Ocelot. So they are a tea brand, mainly famous for their green tea, and it originates on one of Korea's islands called Jeju Island, which is their largest and most popular island to visit. They have like an entire flagship store there, and that's where they do a lot of the green tea, I guess, harvesting and making there. But I love their teas, and also they make a lot of wonderful tea snacks as well. So this is one of their teas. This is a popular gift that I bring back for a lot of my friends and like coworkers and people I know, because I think tea is just so great for your health, etc. But let me just untie this. So inside, this is called their premium tea collection. So this is just a pre-made collection, but you are definitely welcome to make your own collections and just put them in one of their pretty gift boxes, but this just has a collection of some of their most popular teas, I would say. So it definitely, you know, their Jeju orchid green tea is here, their oolong tea, camellia flower tea is also very popular because camellias bloom on Jeju Island. And Jeju is also very famous for their tangerines and oranges, so they have their Jeju Samdaeon tangerine tea and a couple of different others. But Jeju, the island itself, is so beautiful and has such a rich cultivation of different fruits and plants and flowers, and they're very, very famous for a couple of different things. So this tea brand kind of encapsulates all of those wonderful flavors and puts them into tea, which is a lovely gift to give to somebody. And then these are my absolute favorite snack of Ocelot. They do have different ones, like their green tea chocolate covered almonds, I hear are delicious. I'm actually allergic to nuts, but again, another popular gift that I like to buy for people I know. But this one is their premium green tea waffles. So just a wonderful thing to eat while you're drinking your tea, to complement the flavors. And I cannot get enough of these. Okay, so the last two purchases that I'm going to talk about are bags. So I happened to get these bags because definitely there were some color things that I wanted, some different size bags that I wanted, as well as these bags currently are definitely cheaper to buy in Korea than they are in America. So figured that since I was there and I wanted something like this anyway, now is the perfect time to buy them. So the first thing that I will show you is a Dior bag. Very small, as you can see. So this is actually their wallet on chain, and it is their, oh, so adorable. It is their Miss Lady Dior wallet on chain. And this bag, oh, completely stole my heart. I actually, when I first saw it come out online, I didn't particularly love it because this chain doesn't have any leather, and I particularly like it if my chains do have leather. I just feel in terms of comfort and in terms of looks, it does look nice when there is like a matching leather color on the strap. So when I first saw it online, I didn't really think much of it, didn't even really consider that it's a bag that I could possibly want. But it's a little bit of a story actually why I ended up getting this bag. So originally I went to the Dior in Shinsegae at the express bus terminal in Seoul, and I went in with the purpose of buying the small Lady DJoy in hazelnut. I had wanted a kind of beige colored bag. I thought that the hazelnut was a little bit dark for my taste, but it was the only beige that they had in the small size for the DJoy. So I went in thinking that I was gonna be able to get it, but unfortunately, even in the US and Korea, the hazelnut small DJoy is actually out of stock everywhere. It is a seasonal color, so the season is kind of wrapping up, so it's not so surprising that the color is now gone, but it was definitely a popular hit in Korea and I think the US as well. So it was unavailable at the time that I went to go get it. So I ended up looking at a couple other colors, for example, the white. I looked at their like patent pinkish color in the small, and I also looked at several colors in the micro size as well. And one of the micro sizes, it comes in the beige caramel color, which is actually the color of this bag. And I think that the beige caramel is such a stunning color. There's kind of this obsession lately in Asia about like milk tea colored bags. So that's just kind of a varying range of beiges, browns, that kind of you could find in like a milk tea. But I thought that the micro was a little small, but I loved the color, so I actually ended up purchasing the micro in the caramel beige color and taking it home. But when I got home and kind of looked at it again and reevaluated what could actually go inside of it, and actually how practical it would be for my usage at like this stage of my life, I did end up deciding that it was just way too small. It was absolutely adorable, and I have my fair share of micro bags as well, but I'm definitely reaching a point in my life where I need to carry a little bit more than just my phone, a lip gloss, and my car keys. So I ended up returning it, and reevaluated the colors that they did have in the small DJoy, so like the white and the black. And I didn't really like the pattern. I think it just looks a little too plasticky for me. So I looked at those, again, the white and the black, but a black bag for the Dior. I think it is a very stunning bag still, but I did recently purchase a Chanel mini flap in the black color, so I just wasn't looking for another black bag. And then in terms of the white is the latte color. It's not an off-white or anything. It's very stark white in my opinion. And the Dior unfortunately doesn't have any feet. So even in store, when I was looking at the store model and trying it on and putting on the different straps and things like that, I could already tell that the bottom of the bag was already getting color transfer just from a couple people, you know, putting it on the glass counters and touching it and things like that. So I just thought that it wasn't actually going to be a very practical bag. You would definitely need to baby the white or the latte small Dior. And so I actually just eventually left the store and I didn't end up getting anything. But this bag I actually bought in the Incheon duty-free store. So again, I was like, this color, I just fell in love with it when I did get the micro Dior, and I really, really, really wanted a bag in this color. And so I did go to the airport a little early, and so I had a little bit of free time, and I went and visited a couple of the duty-free shops inside the airport, and they just happened to have this one sitting on display, so I asked to try it. I did try a couple other bags like the saddle and some of like the pouch bags and other like the East-West bag and things like that. But this bag, when I actually saw it in my hands and tried it on, I thought it was so, so pretty. Of course you can, you know, put this as a crossbody or shoulder bag or whatever. I actually don't like wearing it like that because again, I think that the chain as just this metal chain looks a little bit, I don't know, like something's missing or it's a little toyish almost. So I actually prefer holding it like this the most, just with the chain, because I think that the chain looks like a beautiful accessory to the bag almost. But of course you could wear it any which way that you want, but I think holding it like the top handle and just draping the chain over it is my favorite way of wearing it. Inside, it's just kind of like a very standard wallet on chain shape. It does have a divider in here, which maybe limits the like the size of things that you can put in there, and it does only have 3 card pocket holders, but I think it's more than enough space for me to carry the essentials. And I'm very, very, very happy with this purchase. In Korea, I was able to buy this for $2,400 US, and currently it retails for $2,500 pre-tax in America. So I was definitely able to save several $100s by buying it in Korea because I bought it below the pre-tax rate in America, as well as I didn't pay any tax on this bag as well. Once again, this is the Lady Dior wallet on chain. And it might have a slightly different name, actually, its official name. I'll include it on the screen if it is. But this is, again, in the beige caramel, and it is like the most cutest princessy bag that I own probably. So again, very happy with this purchase. The very last purchase that I will be sharing on today's video is this one, already unboxed and everything. But this is the Goyard St. Louis tote in the PM size with the black and brown leather combination. This I actually bought after I was very disappointed at the Dior store in the Seoul Shinsegae store. So Dior was actually like literally right across the hallway from Dior after I didn't end up getting the Dior, and so I popped into Goyard. Goyard is an extremely popular brand in Korea. It's like way, way, way more popular in Korea than America, I would say. I think just a lot more people are aware of the brand, and it is just a very daily, easy to carry around bag. So I decided to go in. I actually have nothing of, I have no Goyard pieces myself. I do buy gifts, like my boyfriend does enjoy Goyard, so I have bought a couple pieces for him. So I thought that I would be able to get a bag to match some of the pieces that I had already got him, and I definitely needed a tote bag. I was in the market for a tote bag for quite some time. Not necessarily for work, but I think just for my daily life and travel and things like that. I recently got a dog, and so I'm always carrying around different things for him when we go on walks, etc. But I would still like to look a little put together when I go out, even if I'm walking my dog or taking him to like lunch with friends. So I thought that this would be the perfect bag for that. So this, I think, you know, Goyard is so elusive with their prices, so I'm actually not totally sure how exactly it matches up to the American prices, but I believe I bought, so this one was 1,940,000 won, and so I think that comes out to around $1,300, I would say, but again, I was able to get tax back for this, and so I think I was still able to get it for a cheaper price than I would in America, but I'm not totally sure what the current American price is. I would have to go in store to double check. But this St. Louis PM tote, so PM is their smallest size for their tote bag, and this one is unlined, so you can see that it's just got kind of like a linen feeling canvas on the inside, and all of their totes come with a little pocket that's attached to the handle strap of the tote, but you are able to detach it if you'd like. You can actually take off this like leather strap from the handle unless you actually cut it though. So I think most people just use this to put valuables in and always keep it inside their purse. So this is definitely nice because obviously this doesn't have any type of closure at all. So I like to put my card holders and my keys and stuff in here, so I just feel a little bit safer walking around. I also additionally bought a little tote shaper. So this I was able to just get off Amazon, and I can definitely include the link down below. But it is just a regular tote insert. I did look at a couple of different ones, and Goyard even sells their own tote insert, but it's just ridiculously expensive, so definitely not something that I think I really need in my life right now. But this one I really enjoyed because you can see that it kind of tapers up like this to naturally fit with the tote bag shape. A lot of tote shapers that I did see was just a regular box, so there would be just some space left here, and I think you can kind of see the corners protruding from the outside of the bag. So I ended up going with this one because of its nice shape, and it was also very, very affordable. I just got it off Amazon. The reviews were very good. So that is my last Korean purchase. This beautiful Goyard tote bag, and kind of see, just wear it very briefly. The only downside I would say for the Goyard tote bags in general is that the arm, like the shoulder strap, is kind of tight. So you can see that there's like very little like clearance between the top of the tote bag and where my like armpit is. So you can't really wear this bag with, I would say, like a bulky parka. By then you would kind of just have to carry it in the crook of your arm. They definitely do sell bags with larger clearances in the arm handle, so I think that anybody could definitely find a bag that suits their lifestyle and their needs and their, you know, body. But that brings us to a wrap of today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing the things that I bought in Korea. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. For example, like where I went shopping or other things. I did buy some clothes, you know, more like perfumes and makeup items and things like that in Korea. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about my experiences there, just please let me know down in the comments, and I'm more than happy to make another video going a little bit more into detail with that. Since this is my first YouTube video, I just wanted to maybe talk a little bit more about myself. Again, like I said, I do live in San Francisco, California right now, but I am Korean. A lot of my family still resides in Korea, so I do like to travel there as often as I can. It's not that much, maybe like 1 or 2 times a year, but I did live in Korea post college graduation, kind of during COVID. So I'm really glad for that experience because it did allow me to not only like improve my Korean and my social skills in Korea and things like that, but I was able to gather a lot of good information on, you know, where to go, where to eat, where to shop and things like that. So I'm always drawing back on my past experiences to always let me find like the new spots to go in Korea. So my channel, I don't think will be like super focused on anything Korea specifically. I think it'll just be about my life in San Francisco, what I do, what I buy, where I go, what I eat, who I hang out with, and things like that. So if you're interested, please stick around, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Bye!